They say the Maldives could be gone in less than 80 years, an entire nation of over 1,000 islands swallowed by the sea, a paradise lost. But is that the full story, or just part of a bigger truth they're not telling you? For years, we've been shown two conflicting images: the idyllic overwater bungalow on calm turquoise water, and the alarming headline predicting its imminent demise. Today we're cutting through the noise. We'll uncover the environmental reality, expose the hidden political agendas, look at the real impact on tourism, and answer the one question on every traveler's mind: should you book that trip now before it's too late? The answer is more complex and far more fascinating than you think. Let's start with the basics. Why does everyone think the Maldives is sinking? The reason is brutally simple. It's the lowest lying country on Earth. The average ground level across its 1,192 islands is just 1.5 meters, or about 5 feet above sea level. Its highest natural point is a tiny hill that stands at a mere 2.4 meters. To put that in perspective, a standard doorway is taller than the highest natural point in the entire country. Now, combine that with the universally acknowledged reality of global sea level rise driven by melting glaciers and warming oceans. The math seems terrifyingly straightforward. For decades, the United Nations, climate scientists, and environmental groups have issued stark warnings. We've all seen the viral stories, the dramatic reports, and the Maldivian politicians holding underwater cabinet meetings to raise awareness. The narrative is powerful. A vulnerable island nation paying the ultimate price for a climate crisis it did not create. On one side of the debate, you have experts who argue that based on current projections, large parts of the nation could become uninhabitable by the end of this century. On the other side, you have those who claim the media exaggerates the timeline and that human ingenuity will find a way. So who is right? Is the country doomed, or is the story more nuanced? To find out, we have to look at what's actually happening on the ground. The current rate of global sea level rise is about 3 to 4 millimeters per year. That doesn't sound like much, but it's an accelerating trend. Over 80 years, that could translate to a rise of 30 centimeters or more, a significant amount for a country that's already barely above the waves. The effects are already visible. Many islands are experiencing severe coastal erosion, with shorelines visibly shrinking year after year. Salinization, where saltwater seeps into the freshwater lens beneath the islands, is contaminating drinking water and harming agriculture. During seasonal storms and high tides, flooding in low-lying areas of the capital, Male, and other inhabited islands is becoming more frequent and more severe. These aren't predictions, they are observable facts. The story of the Maldives sinking isn't just a future possibility, it's a process that has already begun. But here's where the story takes a sharp turn. The Maldives is not passively waiting to drown, it's fighting back with incredible engineering and a national strategy for survival. The most dramatic example is Hulhumele, the city of hope. This isn't a natural island, it's a massive artificially reclaimed landmass built next to the capital. It was constructed 2 meters above sea level, significantly higher than Male, specifically designed to be a safe haven for a large portion of the population. The country is also investing heavily in coastal protection. Seawalls are being erected around critical islands, and mangrove forests are being replanted to act as natural barriers against storm surges. They are adapting, so the question shifts from is the Maldives disappearing to is the Maldives adapting fast enough? It's a race against time, a high-stakes battle between nature's force and human innovation. The truth is, the Maldives isn't just one story. It's a tale of two realities existing side by side: natural islands slowly succumbing to the sea, and new fortified islands rising from it. This brings us to tourism, the lifeblood of the Maldivian economy. If the situation is so precarious, why is tourism booming? Why are huge hotel chains like Ritz-Carlton, Waldorf Astoria, and Patina still pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into building brand new ultra-luxury resorts? The answer is that for a tourist, the immediate risks are virtually zero. The resort islands, which are separate from most of the local inhabited islands, are meticulously managed and often engineered for resilience. They have their own coastal protection measures and are designed to offer that perfect, uninterrupted paradise experience. When you book a trip, especially during the dry season from December to April, you are almost guaranteed postcard perfect weather and calm seas. The seasonal monsoon from May to November has always brought rough rougher seas and higher chances of flooding, but this is a predictable weather pattern, not a sign of imminent collapse. However, there is a subtle sense of urgency that many travelers feel. This is the heart of the dilemma when people ask if they should visit Maldives now. The fear isn't that your resort will be underwater next year. The fear is that the delicate ecosystem that makes the Maldives so special, the vibrant coral reefs, the unique marine life, the pristine beaches, is under threat. The Maldives you see today might be subtly different from the Maldives of tomorrow. This creates a powerful, unspoken sense of FOMO, the desire to experience this paradise in its current magnificent state. If you want to witness the untouched beauty, the vibrant marine biodiversity, and the unique island culture as it exists right now, waiting another decade might mean seeing a different, perhaps slightly diminished version of the dream. But here's the part most travel vlogs and news reports skip over: the hidden political and economic factors at play. The sinking nation narrative, while rooted in scientific fact, is also a powerful tool for the Maldivian government. Highlighting their vulnerability on the world stage is a crucial strategy for securing international climate funding. By positioning themselves as the face of the climate crisis, they can attract billions of dollars in aid and investment for adaptation projects, like the seawalls and artificial islands we talked about. This isn't a deception, it's a survival strategy. That funding is essential for protecting their citizens. Simultaneously, this crisis narrative is used to shape the future of their most important industry, tourism. The government is actively pushing for a model of high-value, low-impact tourism. They are encouraging the development of eco-conscious luxury resorts that operate sustainably, use renewable energy, and contribute to conservation efforts. The message to the world is twofold: help us because we are in danger, but also come visit us because your visit supports our fight for survival and our transition to a greener economy. Your tourist dollars don't just pay for a beautiful vacation, they directly fund the seawalls, the island reclamation projects, and the conservation initiatives that are keeping the country alive. It's a complex symbiotic relationship between crisis and commerce. To truly understand the situation, you must move beyond data and headlines and listen to those who call the Maldives home. Their views vary. On one island, an elder fisherman worries deeply about the shoreline creeping inland, fearing for his grandchildren's future. Yet nearby, a young marine biologist remains optimistic, leading coral regeneration projects planning resilient species to restore reefs. Visitors often sense this duality: breathtaking beauty paired with local pride and anxiety about the future. This human element is vital. The Maldives isn't just a climate statistic, it's home to 500,000 people with a rich culture and strong determination to endure. Their faith in adaptation counters the doom narrative. So should you visit the Maldives? The answer is yes, but with purpose. It remains safe, stunning, and unique, and your visit directly supports the country's survival through tourism funding vital adaptation projects. The downsides are longer term: environmental decline, especially coral loss, and the carbon footprint of travel to this remote spot. If you go, do it right. Visit in the dry season, December to April, for the best weather. Choose atolls and resorts known for sustainability, those with coral programs, renewable energy, no single-use plastics, and local staff. Be a conscious traveler, join conservation efforts, respect nature, and support local crafts and experiences. Your trip can be more than a vacation, it can support a sustainable future. The Maldives' story is not just about sinking paradise, it's a complex tale of crisis, resilience, and human ingenuity, a living test of how we face our era's greatest challenge. The turquoise waters and white sands remain stunning, but now carry a story of defiance. Every choice, from policies to travel habits, shapes the nation's next chapter. The Maldives' future isn't fixed. Visiting with awareness might help turn it towards survival, not loss. Would you visit now, knowing the full story? Let me know in the comments below.